What's up guys, it's Josh Costa, and today I'm going to finally show you guys how I get my guitar tone, which I believe is very close to Eddie Van Halen's guitar tone. And on top of that, it is the cheapest way you could possibly do it. It's cheaper than a literal amp, and you can do it all at home. I'm going to show you how to do it. All you need is a computer, and I guarantee if you're watching this video you have a computer, and it's a lot easier than you think. This is how I get my EVH tone for under $50. Okay, so obviously I have some pretty close tone going on. So you're going to need something called an amp simulator. If you don't know what it is, I'm going to explain it right now. If you do know what it is, go ahead and skip to the timestamp that's on screen. That way you don't have to listen to me talk about it. But essentially an amp simulator goes through recording processing on your computer. You can get the programs for free for now. You load up this digital amp essentially, and it processes all right there and feeds back into your headphones essentially, and you can record it. And so that's how I record my videos. So that's essentially an amp simulator. Let's go ahead and bring up the actual amp simulator that I use. So this is what I use right here, Nembrini Audio MRH 159 Brown Sound. $137, so you're probably thinking, Josh, that's not under $50, what are you talking about? Well, I actually emailed the people here at Nembrini, and they totally gave us the hookup. I'm not making any money off of this also. This is strictly a deal because I asked, and they were stoked that I have this channel using this so far, and everyone's asking about it. Use code Josh Costa at checkout, you're going to get 80% off. So you're getting $109 off. You're spending $27 on the only amp that I use for my videos so far. If you enjoy my guitar tone, that's how I get it. Also, I'm going to have all the links in the description. So if you go to the link to the description right now, I'm going to link you to this so you can go ahead and check it out. So that's the main piece of the pie right there, is the amp. But you might be thinking, okay, I don't know how to do any of that. And also, how do I hook it up to my computer? Most people are going to say you need to get like an audio digital interface and a bunch of equipment to go through with it, but it's just not true. You don't need all that stuff. Long story short, this is the next thing that you need to make it work. You need a cable that goes from your guitar to your computer. This is essentially a cable that will work. I don't know if I have this exact one. I believe the exact one I had is like discontinued or whatever. They're all the same, right? This is a gold-plated one. I like that because gold-plated is better for audio. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I have a gold-plated one, okay? So just get that. If you want my setup, you pretty much get this. It's $20. This will also be linked down in the description. You can go check it out if you want to get it. So that's the two main things. The amp, that's $27.50 or whatever. Then a $20 cable. So you do the math, that's not even $50. And that's literally it. Okay, so now you're thinking, great, how do I actually record it? How do I set it up? And you need something called a DAW, which is a digital audio workstation. The DAW that I use is called Reaper, and you can download it for free. Once you're in Reaper, you can essentially come to the Effects tab, and now this is my literal setup that I record with. And I can bring up my volume. And that's me playing. And you can see my exact setup. You can get free ones. So like I have a tuner, I have delay, you can get chorus. Right now I'm only using the checked ones. So I have the amp, I have reverb. This came free with Reaper. Reaper gives you a bunch of stuff, and Nembrini also gives you a bunch of stuff. Chorus, back delay. I'll actually talk about that later. But so I have reverb in, and I have an EQ. Here are my mic settings. This is custom. They have presets. I changed it to what I need. Of course, I have the Variac on. These are the knobs. You can save this and come back to it later. This is everything I use to record to make it sound like Van Halen tone. You can make it sound like Cathedral. You can have that. I didn't pay a dime for that. Chorus. Right? Cleaner, chorus, and just other ones that come with it. Gates, limits, things that you can use just to help you essentially mix. For $50 including the cable. Think about what you could get for $50. It's nothing in comparison. Let's see what I could get for $50. A practice amp for $104. Here you go. A really small, I have this, a Black Star Fly. It's cool. It fits in your fist. Like you can grab it with one hand. $60. In the same price range, you're getting a little battery-powered amp. Or you can have literal godlike Van Halen tone. I think it's a no-brainer. If you want to go past the bass tone, which is the under $50, you get the amp and the cable, and you have regular EVH tone. If you want to go past that and really sound like EVH, aside from the free effects, there are two pedals that I actually use that Eddie Van Halen used extensively on his records, especially the early records. And that's a Phase 90, the Script Vintage Phase 90, and his flanger. I forget the exact name of the flanger, but they have an EVH version that gives the preset, which gives you that chunky, I have it over here, right? Right? So I linked both of those in the description if you want it. I think it's definitely worth it if you want to splurge. Think about it. You can buy an amp right now that's decent for like $200 to $300, and it'll be somewhat small, but it's for your bedroom. Or you could get a pedal like a Phase 90, and absolutely rip. If I could only pick one pedal, it would definitely be the Script Phase 90. Again, link in the description. Dial down to 9 o'clock, which is all the way to the left. Not all the way to the left, but horizontally to the left. Sweet sweeping, like... Obviously, playing helps. Your guitar tone sounds good, you're going to play better. And you're going to want to play in practice. But strings, okay. Strings. The strings I use are Elixir brand Nano Web. with the nano web coating. Are they the best strings in the world? Yes, for the money, because it's a great investment for your money, because you never have to change them almost, because they're coated and they last forever. These, I haven't changed these in I think at least a month. Sometimes I will go months without changing them. I'll make videos. They sound just as bright, and I love them. So I'm linking these down in the description. If you're trying to be cost effective, which this whole video is about, I would say get some nano web strings, especially if you live near salt water. Guys, I hope I gave you some clarity today. If you do decide to go the AmpSim route and use that code, which again I'm not getting paid on, I just think it's such an awesome deal. I paid more for it when I got it. I paid like over $50, by the way. So if you do decide to go that route, it might be a little confusing at first. There'll be instructions to essentially activate it, and then you'll have to figure out like audio drivers. There are a lot of great tutorials online. If you look up YouTube videos, you'll figure it out. You can get all the stuff for free. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. I'm going to try to respond to every comment I see. Thank you for supporting the channel, and stay tuned, subscribe if you want more, and let me know what you want to see next. Alright guys, peace out. Something called a DAW, which is a digital audio workstation. A DAW, which is a diddle. All right.